This is Inclusion Ireland's pre-budget submission for 2023, moving from crisis to confidence. Each year, the government bring out a report that they call the budget. The budget will tell us what the government planned to spend money on for 2023. A pre-budget submission gives people a chance to tell the government what they think the government needs to spend money on. Inclusion Ireland members want the government to know that there are certain things that they are worried about the most. Poverty. Disabled people experience lasting poverty at almost 5 times the national average. The government need to tell us exactly what they plan to do about the cost of disability. Inclusion Ireland calls for a cost of disability payment for every disabled person in Budget 2023. Housing. People are waiting too long to get housing or supported independent living. There are young people living in nursing homes, people living with older parents, and some living in places with lots of other people. We need more accessible information on exactly how the government plan to support disabled people to live where and with whom they choose. As a result of Budget 2023, there are some things that we would like to know. How many people will move out of group homes? How many people will move out of nursing homes? And how many people will move out of their family home and into a home of their own? Education. Article 24 of the United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities says that disabled people have the right to education and should have the same opportunities as everyone else. Inclusion Ireland would like the government to make sure that this happens and take steps towards inclusive education. Schools should have more resources and change how they teach so that they can support all children to help them grow and learn in the best environment for them. Access to services. Disabled people have the right to access any supports that they need to lead a good life, but many people do not get the support that they need. There have been some reports talking about access of services for disabled people. This includes our pre-budget survey and the Disability Capacity Review. From these, we have learned a lot and want the government to spend a lot more money on therapy services for both children and adults, day services, especially for those living in congregated settings and for those needed to support independent living, and access to personal assistance schemes. Inclusion Ireland calls on the government to publish the Disability Capacity Review Action Plan. There needs to be a proper plan in place for disabled people's lives. We believe that this is the best way to move from crisis to confidence. This was Inclusion Ireland's pre-budget submission for 2023, moving from crisis to confidence. Inclusion Ireland receives support from the Scheme to Support National Organisations, or SSNI. SSNO for this work. The SSNO is government funding administered by PUBL, government supporting communities. For further information, contact Guillaume Jacquinot at 086 035 3888 or email guillaume@inclusionisland.ie. Inclusion Ireland works towards the full inclusion of people with intellectual disabilities by supporting people to have their voices heard and advocating for rights under the United Nations Convention on the Rights of People with Disabilities. This is also known as the UNCRPD. If you'd like to know more about our work, you can find us on our website at www.inclusionireland.ie. Or why don't you check us out on our social media? You'll find us at Twitter, Facebook and on Instagram. If you found this video useful, head on over to our YouTube channel, click like and subscribe to keep informed about new content and join our movement for change.